Hey guys, we are going to be doing a Blitz game real quick. I'm playing with the nation Triliax, which is based off of Troy, Greek Troy. And yeah, so let's go ahead and pull them up. I'll show them to you. We're going to start real quick. We actually had one player. So this was just for a few Patreon folks who were interested in it. And one of them kind of canceled or didn't show up last minute, so we had to find another player, and that player is, getting their nation because we had to do compatibility checks and stuff. So we can't just like do some random new nation. But that nation is the nation of U, which is a nation of body parts and limbs, and they don't really have. It's really weird. So that player's trying to figure it out real quick. While all that is going on, I will give you a brief overview of the nation. We're going to do most of this on the fly, so. Consider this like an extremely fast overview. Okay, so basically it plays a lot like Arco. You can't see a lot of the sprites here because just when you load a mod up in Mod Inspector, that's kind of how it works. But yeah, we basically have like little spear dudes, more spear dudes, but they're formation fighters, so you can actually pack a lot of them into a square for some of these guys. Same thing here with the Myrmidians. They get really high density, but then they're pretty vulnerable to evocations. Royal Hoplite, basically the same deal. Are these sacred? I don't think so. No. We also have Centaur Slaves. So these are basically like Pangean Centaurs. But they have really shitty morale. And I think that's going to be okay for... This is kind of the unit I think I want to use for expansion. They're kind of killy. They have enough hit points where they're not going to suffer a ton of attrition. They have high defense. They're cavalry. They're cheap. They have low upkeep. The only real... And they have recuperation, which is nice. The only real problem is their their morale. And so we'll have to figure out ways to kind of work around that. We also get a Cyclops of the Coast. These, you'll kind of see them in game, but they have a ton of HP, and they're sacred, and they have fear. So just having fear is really nice to mix them in. We'll probably almost definitely recruit one per turn. They also get siege and defense bonuses, which is pretty cool. But you can only get one a turn. They hit pretty hard, but they don't have great protection. So anyway, we do like those. I do kind of... I went with a weird bless. I did Misfortune and Cold Aura, because we also can get Hydras. You can't recruit them, but you get them as... you get them from Conjuration 3 spell. And then for mages, we basically have the Scholar, who is quite good at researching and good at site searching, so I probably want a couple to kind of prime the pump for site searching. We get priests who come in a few different flavors, but they basically can be like up to Water 2 or Earth 2. Or a mix. They're probably, if you take magic skills, that can be your most upkeep efficient researchers. And then also they can buff your sacred units. So I think I think I dig these. Then there's a High Priest of the Sea and a High Priest of the Moon. And then you also have a Basilius, which is Earth 4, Water 4, which is pretty high pass, and Holy 3. So kind of a sick mage, and also pretty damn expensive. So we're not going to be getting many of them, but we need them for... I don't see it here, but we have to put Pillars of the City up, and so they need to be visited by a Basilius. We also have an Aristocrat, which their main job is organizing PD. And then we have a Monster Cyclops, who basically starts off... I didn't actually know this. It starts off with Blood 1, but Magic Boost -1 Blood. So I'm not exactly sure what these guys do. Let's actually read real quick. I think that means they can use Sanguine Dousing Rods. Let me check, see if we're ready to go yet. I don't think so. Oh, I don't know. You may be able to use a Sanguine Dowsing Rod with them. But you can also empower them in blood easier. So there's a spell later where you can basically break into blood by getting a Cyclops Lord. I think I looked that up. So anyway, yeah, here was the thing is, these guys, whoops, post this up. These monster Cyclopses, we can, basically we can get them from our cap. And I think we can get 3 a turn. Because you can get, I think they're only 1 commander point, so that's kind of cool. And then didn't we already go through these? Yeah. We don't have Astral, we have a distinct lack of Astral, which kind of sucks. But I think there's good stuff. The other thing is you can get you get Sea Kings, which, let me take the filters off. These guys, so you can see they're modded to reduce the upkeep, it looks like. And they require a temple to build, even though they're not sacred. So, yeah. The cool thing about it, so they're 300 gold, and they're going to generate 1 gem a month. So this is basically a way to turn gold into water gems. Plus, water 3 casters are kind of legit. Anyway, kind of cool. But the problem is we don't really have a way to get underwater, so we kind of have to design that into our Pretender. Yeah. So the Pretender I took, I'll go ahead and pull them up. Actually, I probably can just duck out of this game. I'll just show you the Pretender real quick. I have made her... All these red things are things that are obsolete by the new patch. La-di-da. And she's a Titan of the Rivers, which is going to give me extra water gems, which I can use to turn into Hydras. She's dormant, so she'll be coming up reasonably quickly. And then basically we've got Winter's Gift and Chilara. And it also gives cold resistance, which is kind of nice. The thing I don't really have is poison resistance, so I'll have to figure that out. If I want to mix my Cyclops and Hydras together, that will be pretty damn important. And then we have Fate Weaving, which should work well together with the Chilara. I haven't actually tested this, but other people have, so it will be kind of fun to see. I've gotten additional product or order so that I can get a lot of Centaurs, and we've got Growth, which is also going to help a little bit, with the Centaurs. We've gone for Cold, basically because we're doing a Chilara strat. But I think that will allow my Cyclopses to be reasonably cost-efficient little thugs. And I have no idea. I haven't tested it, so we will find out. But I'm hoping this will put people to sleep around him, and then he can just pound on them. Without the need for too much gear. But I may need a fluffer. We'll kind of test it as we go. I had to take a little bit of misfortune for Fate Weaving. But then, yeah. The other thing is, she's high astral and high water. So high astral stuff isn't going to really be helpful on a Blitz. Neither particularly is high water. But she's amphibious, so she can go underwater. And when she comes out year 1, I'll be trying to get some construction kind of early so we can give her gear so she can expand underwater and get me sea trolls. She also can do magic phase attacks, which means I can pick off small armies or thugs or anything with teleport once I have it. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And let's go ahead and hop back into the game. The other nations that we're playing with, I'll go ahead and pop those up. We're playing with EAU, Belly of the World, with Knos, which is like a centaur nation. And then we're also playing with the Centipedes. And they're all actually pretty cool. Actually, I think I have a game with them. Oh, I think that's a broken game. Yeah, I think we'll look at them in-game. So, anyway, I hope you're stoked. I'm going to pause the video. Okay, and that's it. I think we're starting. So, it was really funny. It took the other player a while to design their Pretender. I think like 40 minutes. But I think they still have no idea what they're doing. U is such a crazy nation. And I used that time to read up a little bit more about Triliax, since I barely understand it. But hopefully it's fun. Hopefully we'll kind of explore the nation as it goes, or each of our nations as it goes. There is definitely a chance that somebody has a very strong strategy that they just completely wipe everybody else out. I'm pretty sure that person is not me. But we'll find out. What else? So, oh yeah, how we pick nations. I had originally it was going to be 6 players, and everybody picked a different mod nation to enter into a pool, and then we just randomly drew out of the pool to see which person got which nation. That way, you couldn't like pick a really strong nation and then necessarily get it, because there's a more than likely chance that somebody else would get it. So instead, people just picked nations that they thought were cool. I think in reality, yeah, there's a lot of these are Aether Nomads mod nations. I think 2 of them are. But I think in the original pool, even more were. So... Oh man, it looks like something's hosing up here. 1 second. Okay, and like that, we're live. So yeah, we just got in. It didn't load the first time. It said like it couldn't find start positions, but here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the overlay. I think you'll be able to see it because I've got it where it shows the screen, not that. So okay. We'll pull this up and you'll be able to see us kind of chatting in here. But this is just the forum for this particular Blitz. So we start off with this Pillar of the City, which is going to give us +1, our basically inspiring researcher to all of our researchers. It also is, it gives castle defense 100, which is kind of sick. So it makes it really, really hard to break through our cities. And meanwhile, our cities have 1,000 fortification. So, yeah, break through 1,000 city walls with 100 repairing every turn just from having this one freaking thing here. I don't know if you can have 2, but if you can have 2, it would be even more funny. Okay, this is our starting army. It's kind of shit, so we're definitely not going to solo expand. I think we're going to get... Okay, so this is the monster Cyclops, who's kind of sick. He's got Animal All, which potentially could be good. I don't know if centipedes count as animals. We'll have to look that up. But down here, we've got the Cyclops of the Coast. This is another guy. He's got fear. I think we're going to want... Cannot be recruited now. Wait, what do I need to recruit them? Are we not on the coast? Oh, I think we need to be on a coast. Does it say why? I'm not sure. I do want to recruit them, but I can't. And I think I can get 3 of these guys a turn, but I'm not sure. I can't right now because they're expensive. But later I can potentially thug these guys out, and they should be pretty damn good. Like Hydra skin armor on them, and then forget about it. Like, look at their high base natural protection, 15. Yeah, you put decent armor on them. Oh man, they're gonna be scary. So I think, yeah, having these guys with maybe like a brand, or I'm not sure. They honestly, fear is enough. They just need to not die, and then especially like with my little holy flask or whatever, should be good to go. Now these guys are going to research 15. These guys are going to research 9, but it will be 10 or 16. I'm not sure which one I want. I think I probably want these guys. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's good to be greedy at the beginning. Get some research out pretty quick. And then we're going to get Centaur slaves, like so. And so I think that's it. We kind of should do a profit. We have good scales. I kind of want to make one of these guys a profit, though. which... I mean, we probably should just make him a prophet. I think we'll worry about profiting other dudes later, but for now it's going to be him. He'll probably die, and that's okay. So I think that's it. I think we're going to go ahead and end this turn. Let's pull up the chat window. Nobody's very talkative. And actually, let's let everybody know. Okay, so there we go. People know. Now we're just waiting on one of the guys. Let's go ahead and start kind of looking at their nations. So when the turn processes, obviously we'll click out. This is the Centipede Nation. So first, look how cool the freaking graphics are. These are really cool. So they have the Centipede Lord, which is Holy 2, and then it gets all these kind of cool paths. It's got this... Okay, that was... Yeah, it can be potentially... So it's going to get 2 in any of these. So it can be either Death 3, Fire 3, or Earth 2. And then they've got this guy, who is a... I don't know what you would use that guy for. But they've got, like, the Death Cultist. They've got the Architect. Kind of cool. And then, obviously, they've got Centipedes riding on crabs. And then this, the Dragon Centipede, who's just, you know, a big beefy guy. 22 protection. So I think that is something to think about. These guys are pretty well armored. So if we're fighting them, we do want to think about kind of having some protection. Piercing stuff. So either, like, giants, which are going to hit really hard. Like, these centaurs aren't going to do shit to centipedes. Trample is probably not going to be good either. Really, it's going to be like these guys. Our hydras are probably going to wreck them. So we'll have to see. I'm not really sure. But then, like, Skelly Spam... Not very good against hydras. Okay, we got our next turn. So we've got this guy researching... Oh, Castle Defense 15. Siege Defense 15. Holy shit. It gets so hard to siege these guys. How would you even do it? I don't know. Alright, so we've got these dudes. And... this is... So we want resources at the beginning, because we're resource limited. We have a ton of recruitment points. But that will obviously shift as we get more of our cap circle. So I think for now... And like with... In Friendly Dominion, their morale's kind of okay. In Enemy Dominion, it's going to be kind of shit. So, where should we go first? I think we could take that. I think we can take both of these. I think we're actually going to steer here first. And so these front guys have javelins, so actually we're going to put them kind of like this. These guys are going to be in a line. Scoot these guys forward. And these guys are going to be on fire. These guys are going to be holding fire. These guys are going to be like right here. And they're going to be on hold and attack closest. So I think these guys are going to fire 2 salvos, then the centaurs will run in behind them. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully they hit it around the same time. If the centaurs take too much of the initial kind of barrage, they'll all just, you know, die. We want to get up... I don't know where all the start positions are, but they're fixed. So people started somewhere. Yeah. We don't really have enough guys for another expansion party right after this, so I think we're actually going to hang tough. Actually, maybe we make one of our militia gatherers. Maybe we make one of these guys this turn. And then next turn, we'll have to make one of the commanders, and we'll send out another expansion party. But this guy can kind of follow around and start getting my PD up. That way I don't waste any money on PD. And I think that is going to be about it. Yeah, we're still going to keep getting this mage. That's what people are saying. Yeah, there was an issue when we set up all these mods. Sometimes the centipedes were getting it where they got like crazy number of paths. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next nation while it processes. The next nation are the Minotaurs. So these are like... This is Knos. And they've got these guys who are like... What do these guys do? They have animal all... Oh, you know, versus the Minotaurs, are they animals? Oh no, they're like bull warriors. So they're not actually Minotaurs. I think they worship Minotaurs. So they're kind of like druids. Oh, but this is a Minotaur. Unfortunately, they're not animals. So my guys with animal all, it's not actually going to work itself out. Okay, we've got our next turn. God help us. Okay, fire the first salvo of javelins. Go. Yes. Yes. Oh, perfect contact almost. Very nice. That's exactly what we wanted. We lost a few dudes, but you know. That's what they're there for. I tell you what, playing a game like this, or any game where you're like a commander of a military, just reminds you of how much you do not want to be a foot soldier in the army. Are these guys... Oh no, I was going to say, if they're formation fighter and you can fit 3 a square, that would be sick. Not the case. Okay, so we lost 5 dudes, which, you know, isn't great, but whatever. We also are going to get significantly more resources in our cap from that, which I'm stoked about. And I think our next squad can come down here. We can expand in a different direction this turn. Wolf Tribe. Wolf Tribe have daggers. They're reasonably killy. I would kind of like to secure... I don't want to fight heavy cav. I think with this, I think my centaur, are these map move 12? Shit, I wish I had higher map move. I might have to use these guys. Leading around, but he doesn't have good morale. Is he an inspirational leader or a taskmaster or anything? Beastmaster. Animals, but I don't get animals. Do I? Like, these guys aren't animals. These guys aren't animals. What are... I guess hydras are animals. Oh, they're poison resistant too? Are these guys poison resistant? They are. That means I can mix them in with my hydras. Holy shit. Okay, so these guys have map move 18, but we're not really going to be able to use it, unfortunately. Put the first gold in. Now, I think we're going to be... Should we do it? I think we have enough range. I think we're going to do it. There's a good chance this front line's going to break, though. Like, these Wolf Tribe will just kind of tear us apart. Now, what can we improve from our formation? These guys kind of ran forward. They hit at about the same time. I think this actually is okay. I'm not really complaining. If this is 30 Wolf Tribe instead of 20, we could lose this expansion party, and then I'll wish I moved it here. But what you gonna do, huh? Oh, we haven't even done it. So we're going up Conjuration. Actually, this is perfect. We'll go up Conjuration. Do we want this? I do want Hydras. Children of Scylla? There's a lot of good stuff that's going to come from Conjuration 3. It's going to give me Elementals, and then I think we're going to go up Construction after that. Okay, what are the... Oh, shit. Okay, I think we actually want to go out and site search, too. I'm going to take one of my guys and start site searching. Now both these guys are going to be scripted to retreat in case we run into hostilities, and they're all waiting for me because I'm talking. That actually happens a lot during blitzes. People wait on me. New turn. I don't see a timer. I can turn a timer on. We'll probably turn it on a little later, but I think for now there's no timer. Let's go check the chat real quick. No chat. Okay, this is not too many. This is only like 20. Like 23 or something. Okay, the other thing is I have not really playtested this nation very much. Like, I haven't really tested expansion out. So, and like this is probably the least you'll have ever seen me play a nation. Like, or play... If you've seen me play a nation, I have playtested it way, way, way more than I've playtested this one. Build them quickly, make them rout. Because my little centaurs have shitty morale. God, these guys are not routing. Okay, there they go. They got the rout. Now, potentially we could build a fort here. Save an item. Okay, we lost the centaur slave. Not a big deal. But these guys are basically broken. But that's okay. We have successfully expanded, so I can't really complain. We'll site search here. I guess you can patrol. Oh, he's Taskmaster 3. Holy shit, these are my best leaders. This is who has to lead. Their map move 10. So it's almost like I need these guys to command my little centaur slaves. But if they get hit, they die. And then... Is that my only Taskmaster? I didn't see any before, so it must be. Yeah. Some of my guys have tattoos, which are pretty sick. So we could potentially switch to these guys. I don't know if they're going to be better. The tattoo is going to give them invulnerability, increased defense, and speed. That's really not bad. Especially with all the repels. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to have to do our second expansion group now. And this is, I mean, that's solid now. I think we'll go back, we'll get another one of you. Can we get any more? Yes, we can. Here we're going to go ahead and put 1. Honestly, I think we're going to do 6. It's a little risky. It's probably worth going up to 2 so that by the second turn it goes up to 6. If we're going to be sending somebody in there. This is not a horrible place for my second fort. Not a horrible place at all, because it also gives me nature mages, which is something I need, but do not currently have. The only problem is... Okay, actually I think I have to go here, because this is like... No, it's possible somebody starts... Here's a candle, so somebody... This might be... I bet you this is somebody's starting province, so they're not going to be very happy with me all up in here, but... You know, be nice and tell them they can have their throne or something. But this actually is okay. Militia and archers, militia suck. And I think what we're going to do now... We've got to... I think these guys are just going to be like that. Centaurs will run in front. These guys will just be kind of like morale sinks in the back, which actually is not a horrible thing for them to do. I really want this. That's kind of scary. I think we might have to merge armies. We're going to do... Like, this guy's probably going to lead an army with these and meet up here for the next turn. And that's basically that. Okay, we've got this guy. We're site searching. Everything's going, like, not horribly, which... I'm kind of okay with. Okay, there's our turn. So we're going to go and... Actually, I'm going to pause it real quick. Actually, I think this is going to be the end of the episode. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.